So thankful and grateful for your beautiful presence today. Sometimes things don't go the way we thought they were going to, but it's helpful to remember that somehow, even in these experiences, there's still it conspiring in your best interest, in your favor, regardless of how things unfold. The more difficult, the more dark, the more challenging the experience, the greater the rewards if you can move through the experience knowing that somehow this is serving my best interest. Somehow this is in my favor. Somehow this is working for me. Ken Lynette, welcome. Yes, life is always going to deliver us different experiences. Living on earth, we are meant to experience the full spectrum of human emotion and experience. We didn't come here to live a one-sided experience, because the one-sided experience couldn't truly be appreciated without the opposite end of the experience being experienced. And as we use the word experience so much here today with you, we want you to appreciate that this is all an experience. You came for the experience. The roller coaster ride could make your soul feel like you're going to leave your body, but you go for the experience. There's some sort of thrill even in the frightening, body jarring, jerking, and the quick motion of it, the dips and the dives and the turns. And so life can be like this. But just like in the roller coaster, there's no sense in trying to stay in the same place. The roller coaster isn't constantly climbing up or constantly going down or constantly going around. It's going to constantly be switching motion. And so likewise, this is one thing that stops people from moving through the ocean of emotion in their physical life, is they try to stay stuck in that one place. But life is automatically going to be an assortment, a collective, a random configuration of ups and downs and ins and outs and roundabouts. Okay. And so it's about how we navigate it. See, when you go on that roller coaster ride, you get on there and you're excited for the experience. And that's how it was when you decided you were coming to Earth, when you applied for the opportunity to be alive in this planet, in this time, in that body that you're sitting in right now. You knew that it would be like a roller coaster ride. It was going to jerk you around, take you this way, that way, and the other way. But you were coming for the experience. And since then, some have honestly just really forgotten the purpose of their arrival here, the reason for their being, the reason for the season of this life. It was to have this experience, to have this very human experience, and then see what you could do with it, how well you could go through it, how would you navigate it, how would you handle this? Yes. This escape room. They're calling it an escape room. You know, they have those now. You pay for an experience where you go and you pay for them to put you in this escape room where you have to figure out the clues, figure the way out of this maze, this physical maze. And there is a way out, and there are clues, and there is information there to assist your escape. But to find any of that, you have to be fully engaged. You have to be fully engaged. You have to be involved in the experience. You got to go into it. You can't run from the experience. You can't hide from the experience. Can't sit down in the chair and say, I don't want to be here. I don't like this. This doesn't feel fun. It doesn't matter. You got to get into the experience where you're at. And so likewise in life, how well it serves us to, rather than to sit down and throw a tantrum like a toddler, but to get into our experience. This is how I'm feeling right now. This is where I'm at right now. What's the purpose in it? Where's the clues in this part of the life human experience? What's the purpose? Hey, Lena. From Ireland. Yay. Okay. The Irish. The Irish. So that's what they wanted to talk a little bit about. All that channeling through for you. That there's so much in this experience. And it doesn't serve us well to sit in our chair and throw a temper tantrum about the experience. Rather, it serves us well to get into the experience, process the experience, find the clues that it has so we could escape this part of the escape room. And just like a roller coaster ride, an escape room is something that not only do you have to go there voluntarily, but like there's a fee for that. There's a fee to go participate in an escape room. There's a fee to ride the roller coaster. You pay a fee to come to Earth. And just like it is voluntary to take the roller coaster ride and do the escape room challenge, is a voluntary ride to come to Earth and have this human experience. It's a very human experience. You paid something to come here. I heard you paid the knowledge of it, all that you were. You are everything, and you don't even remember it until you start to remember it. And how do you remember it? It's through the clues in the escape room. It's through the dips and dives and the whirlabouts and the roundabouts and the roller coaster ride of life, where the memory of what you are and who you be returns to you. It is revealed to you in these experiences. And so rather than, literally hearing, rather than bitch and complain about the experience, it serves us well to get into the experience, to fully delve deeply into the experience we're having. And remember that it's a privilege to even have the experience, because that's one thing where it's all starts to be forgotten, is that, oh, I'm alive for this. I get to be here on Earth for this experience. That's the beginning of where people start to do themselves an injustice, forget the privilege that they have. There were a lot of people that wanted to come to Earth. There were a lot of energies. There were a lot of souls. There were a lot of divine beings that wanted to be on Earth at this time. You were one of the ones I'm hearing that was hand-selected to be here for this time. So it's a privilege to be here. You know, it's just like your children. You get them a phone. You get parents get their children a phone. Then the children be on the phone, don't want to do their chores, don't want to do their homework, don't want to go to sleep on time, don't want to wash their butt or go to school. Hold on a second. We could take those privileges away. If you don't do, Lord of mercy. Message, if we don't utilize the privilege as that and handle our responsibilities, the privilege will be taken away. Being allowed to live on Earth at this time. You said you were going to do something when you came here. You said you were going to get into the human experience and raise the vibration of humanity around certain human experiences. And so if you don't get to the business, the privilege of being here will be taken away. Yes. Okay. Oh, and I'm hearing, and so you're going to see a lot of them who are having their privileges revoked in the season to come. They're giving me in the season to come. And so why will their privilege be revoked? Because they're not choosing to act in harmony with the whole purpose that they came, which is raising the awareness of consciousness for themselves, and by doing so, affecting humanity. Okay, now, they also are saying that some of you will do this in higher vibrational ways, and some of you will be the lower vibrational weight that will cause the elevation in those who go higher with it. Okay. But the ones that are in tune with this channel are mainly going to be the ones who are lifting the weight and raising and elevating. You won't be the weight. You'll be the ones who are lifting the weight. You're hitting the spiritual gym on the daily, okay? And then You know, then there's the contrast. There's the others, the ones who come to be the weight. They're the ones who come to earth with specifically to be your challenge, to be your big issue, to be the spiritual weight in your life so that you could elevate these energies for humanity, elevate this consciousness at this time. And so when we understand that and we allow and accept that this is the way it be, when we allow and accept everybody to show up in the way that they signed up to, and we mind our business and get to what we came here to do, this is like, okay, I'm on the roller coaster ride. I'm not going to try to stop the roller coaster ride. This is like, okay, I'm in the escape room. I may as well try to find the clues. Instead of I'm just going to sit here and just complain about it. But you went here on purpose. Like, you're the one that came here. You paid to come here. Why are you going to just sit down and complain the whole time? I'm hearing, yeah, that doesn't make no sense at all. Hey, Tammy, that don't make no sense at all for you to pay to come to an event that you arrive at voluntarily and then sit and complain your way through the whole experience. Who does that? Where they do that at? Well, apparently some folks do. I heard, yeah, we all know them and we've been them. I hear we all know them and we have been them at different times in life. But this isn't that season for us. For us, it is now the time of, okay, I get it. I came on purpose. What's the clues? How do I navigate this? What is this part of this experience? Okay. Being guided. Need to do something for myself real quick, but I'm actually being guided to share something here. Let me find the one that I'm to share here. Where is it at? Love and peace and happiness. Hey, love. That's not the one. Where is it at? Hold on a second. There's this message. They want me to play it for you. So I'm sitting here. Listen to this. And thinking to myself, what happens if all the chosen ones got together and created a trend of knowing, a knowing that's always growing, because you already do. But there's some ideas that will work differently if you could adjust what you've got them tuned to. And if all of these chosen ones, these beings that lead with their golden heart, that always put themselves last and let everybody else get a fair start, what happens if they decide to put themselves in the first position? Because you give, and it's okay for you to give to every soul that you choose to give to. However, how are you giving to you? Are you giving you difficulties because you're focused on your spirituality? So that means you don't get no physicality. Oh, and what does that translate into? Cha-ching, and everything. So what happens when the chosen one comes together and realize with their real eyes that they've been tricking themselves until they realized that it's okay. They're deserving and worthy too, to have all the abundance and prosperity flow through, to always have everything that they needed or wanted, even before they knew what they needed or wanted, to have a great plan work out with no planning necessary, to have an experience that is absolutely extraordinary. If anybody deserves that, why not you? Because giving, loving, kind, compassionate, this is how you came through. Like, this was natural to you. You didn't have to learn, you don't have to try. There's some that do, but that's not you. You always move with your heart in front. You always move with intentional love, kindness, beauty, compassion, consideration. So why does it mean it has to be a consternation? Why does it have to be a problem? Why does it have to be a challenge for you to live in this life when this life loves having you here more than you even know, more than you ever wanted to be here? They love the way you move. This energy loves the way you move. The universe loves the way you move. The people love the way you move. You benefit so much. So why are you so out of touch with the fact that you deserve too? But you got to claim it for yourself. You got to ask it. You got to expect it. You got to see it. You got to believe it. You got to know it. And then, you know, when it comes up, it ain't bad if you want to show it. That's okay too. See, success is what you create for others. But today, let's make a decision. Let the success that you create be for you. Why couldn't you say that straight the first time? It would have been so cool. Anyways, it doesn't matter. We got it through. Okay, so even though we're here to experience this process, this experience. What's up, Ivan? It doesn't mean it has to always be you don't get nothing. Yeah, you can get everything. You can have the full range of, like, literally that's what you came for. So if your life has been full of struggle, strife, and pain, and consternation, like the video said, consternation, the way they channeled that through, then, you know, why not make a decision to allow yourself to have a whole different type of experience, right? If you have never experienced the highs, why do you keep tuning into the lows? They're saying, you know, you don't have to only tune into the lows. You can tune into the highs too. You're meant to have the full range of human experience, okay? But acknowledging where you are and being willing to go through the experience, there is going to be twists and turns. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But there should be some highs in there too. And again, I'm hearing like so many of us are so ready and willing to provide the highs to the other, but not take any for ourselves. Oh, no, that's okay. That's too much. You don't have to do that. Why not? Why not? Is that it's okay for it to happen to somebody else down the road, on the street, in the store, at church, wherever, but it's not okay for it to happen for you? All right. We've got 3 decks of cards as we've pulled them out during these channel messages for you today. Let's look at the foundations of everything. With our well-known alchemy, we have the self. Love. Love. Love this energy coming through for you. You're talking about everything is radiating from you. In the Bible, there's a scripture that God says God is making all things to you and through you. There's this energy here that's coming through of the toroidal energetic field that you produce, which we did talk about yesterday, about how people get caught up in your field, your energy field, and you transmute that energy. But it's all coming from you. You are the creator of the energy. Yeah. So if it's been a consternation, if it's been a frustration, if it's been an irritation, like, this is about showing you, whatever life looks like, it's showing you an energetic button you've been pushing. And somebody here, you just starting to play with pushing a different button. But here's the thing, like, this energy that you're living today is thank you. So the energy you're living today is the energetic dump that the prior created energy has taken. Yeah, like you eat the food, your body processes it, digests it, and you take a dump, right? Everything in the physical reality is the energetic dump that the prior points of focus had taken. And so, if for 7 years, what is that? Okay, so if it's been so many years, right? However many years you are of age, you're 47 years young, that you've been talking about, oh, I'm broke. Oh, I'm depressed. Oh, I'm so lonely. I'm Mr. Lonely. I have nobody for my own. If you've been singing that song for 47 years, honey, what do you think your physical reality is going to look like? Because that was the energy you were feeding into the matrix. You were feeding into the life. You are pulling on that from the ethers in. You are taking general etheric energy and guiding it into that for 47 years. We're just using the number, right? And so now let's say you're 47 years old and finally 47 years young, say it correctly, 47 years young, and finally you're starting to realize like, oh, there's a whole nother way. I could put some different stuff in the formula. Instead of singing about being broke, instead of singing about being lonely, instead of talking about, never getting enough, never having it, I can change the formula of what I've been putting in. Call on something different. Turn that general etheric energy into something more pleasurable. Oh, snap. Oh, okay. Well, the thing is, you already got a bunch of stuff on order. And some of it you're going to catch and shift the energy around it before it shows up. Some of it, it's already in the pipeline. You're just going to process it. It's in the energy of the yesterdays. Is going to take a dump in your life, and it's going to match the energy you created with the yesterdays. But if you keep pumping in new energies, if you keep feeding the machine, feeding the matrix, there's new perspective, there's new energy, there's new empowerment, there's new state of being, the new I am. Thank you, Ivan. The new I am with the self. Start pronouncing some new I ams. I am healthy. I am wealthy. I am rich. I am that bitch. I am going to go get this bag, and I am not going to take your shit. I am protected, well respected. I'm a queen. I'm a dream. I do what I want to do, and who I want to be because I am me. Yeah, you can start feeding a whole new formula. And then, eventually that energy is going to turn into the refuse that turns into the physical matter in your physical life. So people think, and sometimes creation is spontaneous. I'm not saying that doesn't happen. But there's this it's like short-term memory, long-term memory. You have, for a long term, been creating from a certain vibration, frequency, point of focus. And when you shift it, you're going to start seeing some new stuff. But it's going to be a mixed bag, because is this dump coming from the food you ate today or the food you ate yesterday? You know what I'm saying? Is this physical dump in your 3D reality turning up from the more recent materializations, point of focus, frequency, and vibration? Or the one that I've been in for the last 47 years, ever since I got here, type of shit. All right. So it's the self. It's all coming from you. You're generating an energy. When you're feeling, when you're thinking, when you're pondering, when you're interested, when you're focused, when you're questioning, when you're praying, when you're intending, when you're manifesting, when you're materializing, when you're designing, when you're painting, even sometimes when you're drawing, when you're writing the story of your life, okay, and you're telling the story as it is, are you doing it from a higher frequency and vibration or a lower frequency and vibration? And, when you make that shift, understand that some of that energy's already been coming down the pipeline from before. So just because you shifted it, don't give up because it don't seem like it's been working. It's not that it's not working. It's you still getting through all the stuff that you already had created that was already coming down the pipeline. And there's no avoiding that. So it's like, just keep going. Keep creating the better coming through. Just ride your way through it. Like this too, what is it? This too must end. This too must end. All this must end. Okay. Got to get through it. You got to get through it if you're going to get to it. You got to get through it if you're going to get to it. What's at the bottom of the tarot? We have the Light Seers Tarot. The Four of Pentacles. Okay. Oh. So the Four of Pentacles for the heart chakra. For the number of Gaia. For a number of stability. 4 legs on the table. 4 legs on a chair. 4 corners of the earth. 4 directions. 4 physical or 4 main elements. And so 4 Pentacles, holding it down. Look at the way she's holding her bag to her chest. Definitely giving her holding on to an appreciation. Like there's some stability in this. She got enough in the bag to take care of what she needs. She got enough in the bag to hold on to herself. Okay, this is protecting your heart, is managing your heart. And then again, there's heart energy in this self card that's coming through too as well. But her eyes are closed. It's not about that. It's like she knows. She knows. She knows. I know she knows. I know she knows. What does she know? She knows what's in the bag. She can feel it in her heart. She knows if she just stop worrying about what is out there in the physical reality, because the physical reality today is a result of all the yesterday's dump that the energy took from the point of focus, from the imbalance that was. But now we got some balance because it's a number 4. It's not imbalanced. Now there's some balance here. So I'm just going to keep focus on this, not worry about what I see out there. And, you know, hold on to this feeling. I can't stop this feeling. That energy. Hold on to that feeling, baby. And then it's like her earring, Othilla, the rune of Othilla, speaking to prosperity, abundance, long-term energies. Yeah. She holding on to what she hearing from them spiritual ears on that earring. And she's holding on to the bag. So she's holding on to what she got, protecting her heart. So she knows that what's in her heart grows and turns into physicality. Okay. Everything is coming through her. She knows that. Okay, he knows that. Yeah, card number 49, the observer. And there's another key to the escape room. Another clue to the escape room for your escape. Talking about, what are you observing? Are you observing the confinement or the freedom? Are you observing the possibility or the restriction? Right? Because that's how you pushing the button in the order, by your observation. Again, we talked about your point of focus, your frequency, your vibration. It's like your frequency. Thank you. So your frequency is the station you're tuned to on the radio dial. The music is what you're observing. The vibration is the volume that you got to turn up to. Ooh, baby. That's a formula right there. If you could tap into that and do that with more decisiveness, you know, instead of just what automatically everybody else been doing. Like I said, you grew up to whatever number of years young you are with a type of way of being. Like, you know, you could be one of them people that when they ask you how you doing, you're pretty honest with them. You're like, well, my back aches and, you know, I got a crick in my neck. I didn't sleep right. And, you know, last night I had some terrible nightmares because, you know, yesterday was a terrible day. And, you know, tomorrow is going to be a terrible day. And this week, it's just been a horrible week. And, you know, fuck this life. Because some people really be living like that. That's their mentality. And I used to have in my mother's house when I was a teenager. I learned quickly when we moved into that place not to ask the neighbor how she doing. Because that was what her conversation sounded like every fucking day. So I just quit asking her, you know. Because why? And it's like, how did I know? How did I know, even though I didn't know then what I know now, how did I know not to get involved in creating or bringing these energies to the front of my focus? It was just not what I wanted to live, right? And then at home, as a child, you know, you're around certain types of behavior. And if, you know, we didn't all have the same experience, so everybody didn't have it the same messed up way, but a lot of us did have it the same messed up way. That's great. I heard that's great because by the contrast, you learn what you would choose instead of to keep on entertaining what you don't choose. Okay. All right. So, Four of Pentacles, understanding that, and now on my table, Let me just show you. Look, on my table, this is how the cards look. Look, look. And so we have the observer here, focused on the self. And then we had the Four of Pentacles focused on the self. Everything is focused on the self. Everything you're observing, everything you're living in the physical reality, it's all focused on the self. That self-view. What is your self-statement? What is your I am perception? What is your self-identity? Okay. In the past energy, what do we have? The ocean. We used that description earlier. I love that. The ocean. So much possibility, so much probability, so many options, so much abundance. Ooh, and all the water must eventually return to the ocean. A lot of emotions with the ocean. A lot of feelings. A lot of unexplored territory. Unexplored territory. You know, there's so many places in the oceans that people have not explored. Like there's places, the Mariana Trench goes so deep. They got creatures down there that they have bumped into. They are not commonly known. They keep discovering new stuff when they do decide to go back down in there. But you know what the fact of the matter is? They don't know. They don't know a lot about the oceans. There's a lot of unexplored territory there. In the past, there was so much that was so unexplored, especially about the emotions I'm hearing, especially about the emotions. I'm seeing also that in the past, there was a lack of awareness. There was a lot to learn about how cycles return and cycle back, like the full circle of things was not understood so much. And then the lack of emotion, the power of emotions, as it contributed to the self-identity, and the creations that were being called forth from the ethers. Okay. All right, let's see what else. Five of Pentacles. Feeling alone, left out in the cold, not enough, not good enough, unhealthy, unprepared, unqualified. Nobody cares. Nobody loves me. This is the energy of the past. What a fucking feeling. What a fucked up feeling. Never having enough. Feeling broke. Broke folk talk. And, like just nobody likes me. I'm Mr. Lonely. It's not by mistake that we sang that song. I see that now. Because if there's a card that says lonely, it's the Five of Pentacles. Well, what it was, in reality, the Five of Pentacles, although it is all of those things that I just said, it's also the energy of, yeah, you're not giving enough focus to spiritual facts in this. You're ignoring the spirituality of the physical situation in the Five of Pentacles. You're ignoring the fact that the physical situation has a spiritual root. Everything in this physical 3D reality is all spiritual first. And when it becomes focused upon enough, it materializes into physical form. All physicality is first spirituality. But all spirituality does not turn into physicality. It depends on the focus, the calling forth of it. So somebody was calling forth without awareness of the spiritual process that was going on that was leading to the physical reality. So they were doing it in an adequate way. This is somebody who's trying to heal the root by dealing with the fruit. And that's not how it works. That's not how it works. Somebody wanted to fix a problem, but, you know, they keep trying to fix a problem from the side effects. You got to get to the root of something. You're going to handle the problem. So in this energy, there's a person who kept looking at the dump that the energy took and then just accepting that. And so what they didn't know they were doing was, because of the fact that they were like, well, there's nothing I could do. This is my reality. I don't have enough money. I'm not healthy. I'm broke. You know, nobody's with me. I'm so alone. I'm Mr. Lonely. So this person, they kept recreating the new energy from the old point of focus, which kept making it look like nothing changed. But in reality, they just kept changing and ordering the same thing over and over and over again. They just kept ordering the same thing over and over and over again. Because they weren't aware that the emotions had a lot to do with what they were creating. In other words, the ocean, the frequency that the person would sit at, the emotion of it, referring to the radio station that they were tuned into, right? The radio station that they were tuned into was NPR radio news. And they don't want to hear NPR radio news. They want to hear some smooth jazz. Well, honey, you're going to have to turn to some smooth jazz station if you want to hear the smooth jazz station. This person did not do that. Instead, they sat up there. Oh, I hate NPR radio news. And they just kept focused on what they hated about where they were at, not understanding that every time they sat up there and focused on everything they hated about where they were at, they were just keeping that dial tuned to the same damn thing. When all they had to do was reach out, and they're showing me my old school radio from my dad. Turn the knob. Nowadays, you just tap a button, but back in the day, you had to turn the knob to get the radio dial to switch over to the station you wanted to hear. That's all they had to do. And how'd they do that? By focusing on something different. Still in the past, what do we have? The tribe, and it was in reverse. Again, giving us, I'm Mr. Lonely. I have nobody for my own. I don't have a tribe. I don't belong nowhere. So in the past, there's somebody here who very much felt very alone because they felt like they were unsupported. This is an energy of people feeling unsupported, unappreciated, unacknowledged, alone. There's nobody. I'm so lonely. I'm Mr. Lonely. Nobody's here for me. There's no support. There's no customers. There's no money. There's no work. There's no love. There's no joy. There's no health. There's just not. Okay? That's the past energy. What's the current energy? Let's get into it. The mother. Wow. And immediately, as soon as I saw the mother, we have learning to mothering yourself. Someone's like, how do you do that? Well, imagine if you had this child that you loved, and some of you are parents, whether you're a mother or a father, you can do this, right? And the child is hurt. If you were the loving mother to that child, and the child is hurt, the child feels alone, the child feels some type of way. I mean, if you really love the child, how would you nurture the child? There's this doing this to self. And then there's also with this, because of the way this is shown very circular, things coming from full circle from the wisdom at the center. There is a wisdom at the center of it all. A pearl is a very soft energy, and it only becomes so soft because it starts with an irritation. Pearls created when the oyster receives the grain of sand, and to calm itself, it repeatedly puts its enzymes and coats it to make it soft, to make it not an irritation. And then we have this pearl of great value at the center of it all. So from all that time of being alone, all that time of feeling left out, all that time of poverty consciousness, wisdom is gained. Wisdom is gained. And then that wisdom is built upon. So this is when you start to focus continually. And although the energy is still being revealed from what was being selected in the past, so still showing up from the old radio station. Now, because it's coming from the core of the wisdom that was gained from the irritation, which is, hold on, this is this whole physical reality is spiritual first in its nature. All things come from the spirit. Let me get to the spirit of it all. Causing, and then, so this outer ring, it probably is grass, but I'm seeing it like wheat. And my spiritual eye, they're showing it like wheat. Creating the harvest. Creating the harvest, okay? And there it is, coming out with the Six of Pentacles. Where it's like you've been putting it out so much now from this new wisdom, addressing the spirit of the issue, instead of looking at the dump that yesterday's reality took. Like, you ain't focused on the bank account. You're focused on how wealthy you are. You ain't focused on, you know, the healing, the part of your body that's still healing. You're focused on the fact that you're alive right now. And there's a whole lot of your body that does still work. You're not focused on the fact that you're alone right now. You're focused on the fact that you got everything you need right now. Okay, you switch your point of view in a beautiful way long enough, and you did that consistently. And then here you go. Now you're starting to see that show up in your flow. So this is like, let's break it down with money. Just because we have 4 of Pentacles before on the base, and we had the 5 of Pentacles in the past position. Now we got 6 of Pentacles. Let's focus on money. You're getting more money now. You're standing in a place of stability, but you weren't always here. You used to be stuck up in lack and limitation, in poverty consciousness, but you started changing your mind. You started changing your focus, looking at all the wealth you had in life instead of just the bank account. As a matter of fact, you probably even took your attention off of the bank account and off the purse and off the wallet for a minute. Even though you still hold on to it, you stopped looking at it. You were holding on to it, but you stopped looking at it. And then, you know, you start, while you had your eyes closed, you start focusing on all the forms of wealth that you live, that you have, that you be, that you are, that you see. Holding that point of focus consistently, and now it's showing up in multiplicity. Hey, that's the word for today. By the book. The universe is following your lead. It's universal law that, you know, where your focus goes, energy flows, and that's what grows. You can't have what you don't see. If you want it, you're going to always want it. If you need it, you're going to always need it. But if you got it, you want it, I got it. Dripping like water. You want it, I got it. Dripping like water. If you got it, then you got it. So, again, this came out in, I think, I want to say one of the shorts yesterday. Somebody realized in the short message that came out yesterday that in their affirmations was a lack statement at one point. So is that you? Because that's a vibe that I'm feeling here. Like realizing that even now you're like, yeah, I just figured that out is the vibe. Like I just figured out that that affirmation I was using was from the perspective of not having. Even if you get onto like YouTube or whatever and you listen to affirmations, you want to really process them before you implement the use of them, because some people haven't got that yet. That if your affirmation, if your intention, if your magic that you're casting is coming from a, I don't want this, or I don't have that, or I want this, I need that, that it is going to continue to be wanted or needed. You can't want if you have. And you're attracting from who and what you are today, here and now. So you gotta focus on where you have it. Yes, okay. So they want me to share this personal experience with you. When I first started to understand this, I see you, Melanie. You think that's ridiculous? I got you. But let me tell you how it worked in my life. So you can do what you want to do. You can stay and listen. You can click off, do what you want to do. You don't have to try. You don't have to believe it. I don't really care. But this is what happened in my life. I was very much stuck in the I don't have, I need. And it was bad. I had 6 mouths to feed and not enough money to pay the fucking all the bills by myself. And I was the only one bringing the income. So what I do, I started learning this stuff. And when I heard what I'm telling you, wanting leads to more wanting, needing leads to more needing, lacking leads to more lacking. Broke mentality is going to keep you broker than a joke. I started, okay, well, if that's the truth, well, let me just shift because, you know, wealth isn't only money. Wealth isn't only money. I'm going to say that one more time for emphasis. Yes, please and thank you. Wealth isn't only money. And because I didn't have the money to focus on at the time as saying I was wealthy, I had to take stock of all the wealth that I had in my life that I wasn't even looking at. I had so much wealth in my life. I had the key. I had so much available to me, but I wasn't looking at it. So what did I look at? When I finally raised my head and picked up the key to unlock the door out of the poverty, I was like, well, what wealth do I have? Well, you know, the first thing that hit my head was, it's a lot of people with a whole lot of money in their bank account, and they can't buy the love that I receive every day from these children. I may have 6 people in my house, but you know what? They all show me love every day. And you know how many of them people that got so much money busted from their bank account, they don't even have love like this. They ain't never had a love like this. And some of them ain't got no fucking talents. They gotta find somebody to pay for everything. To do everything. They gotta go get somebody to do their makeup. Can you do my hair? Can you do my eyebrows? Can you do my nails for me? I got all that. That's wealth. I got skills. I got talents. I got abilities that a lot of people gotta go pay for. That's wealth. I got wealth. I'm wealthy. I got ideas. I got creativity. That's wealth. I'm wealthy. I have children who fucking love me and they light up when I walk in the door. That's wealthy. That's wealthy shit that you can't buy with money. As I started changing my point of focus, the finances kept getting better and better and better and better. And my cost of living today is way more than it was back then. And I handled that shit on my own. It worked for me. I mean, but you're going to do what you want to do, right? You gonna do what you want to do. I could just be some ridiculous lady talking some stupid shit and you could click off, right? Or, oh shit, like this lady is really talking about how she broke poverty consciousness and turned it into wealth consciousness in her life, and she did a mind fuck on the universe. Because see, the universe is picking up on what you have as your self-identity. So any possible way that you can shift your self-identity. Stop leaving up all your beautiful dishes, clothes, perfume, and all that shit for a rainy day. Fuck that shit. Today is a magical day. I'm going to use the best of life because you know what? I can because I'm wealthy. Little shit like that. Another mind fuck I gave on the universe was to start planting things around me in my physical reality. Because so you have things around your physical reality that whether you're actually focused on it or not, your brain sees it. And whatever you believe it to be is sending a message to you. So I started planting stuff in my physical reality. One of the first things was I got rid of all the broken shit. It was broke. It had to go. If I couldn't fix it, it had to go. If I could fix it, fine. Sometimes I fixed it. Sometimes I could fix it and I fucking threw that shit away and got a new one anyway. Type of shit. Old clothes I ain't touching so long. That shit had to go. Stagnant energy sitting around. Why you holding on to all this shit? You ain't even touched it in years. Oh, that's that broke folk mentality. Well, I might need it. I might need it. I don't want to have to buy it again. Baby, you ain't touched it in 10 years. Why not buy it again? That shit ain't even going to work right when you go to use it. Them clothes going to be falling apart at the seams if you try to put it on. They've been sitting in a fucking box for the last 10 years. That shit don't fit you. Go get you a new one. You've been sitting on that fucking broken piece of shit for how long? Throw it away. You deserve things that work. You can have a new one. And it's so funny because every time this would happen, I had the opportunity to get something that I needed, just like I was on here the other day telling y'all, like I woke up and I went and got me 2 new, I wanted sweatpants, so I got me 2 pair. And 10 times that amount of money I spent, I had a new client. They just gave me that same day. So what I found is when you decide, I can't afford it, this shit is broken, it don't fit, it don't work, and you holding on to it, that's broke folk mentality. That's going to keep you in lack and limitation, awareness, and focus, right? You need new fucking socks, drawers, shoes, a part for your car, whatever it is. You need to go handle that and handle it with confidence, knowing that this is what I need to sustain my life right now. And it's like, as you go about and you handle the business about getting about your life and trusting that you got it, it shows up. That's what I've experienced in this whole process is, even sometimes it's not even a need. It's just, oh my God, I really fucking want that Fred. Y'all remember Fred, my tortoise statue? I really fucking wanted Fred when I seen him. And let me tell you, I had bills due. And what the fuck? I'm really going to spend $40 on this fucking statue? Yes, bitch. Spent $40. Some of the best $40 I done spent in my life. Because it was part of my soul wanted this really badly. I felt it. That's why I had the $40 cash in my pocket to use. And that use of the money in the way that called to my spirit brought more money. But it's like if I didn't do the things that I felt called to, that was so heavy on my heart to do, that lit me up with so much joy. Because the heaviness I'm talking about ain't something that feels like shit. Always something that feels like, I gotta do this. I gotta take a shit urge, right? And it's like every time I did that in life, whether it was paying the bills, getting the kids what they needed, give myself what I needed, once in a while getting those things that I wanted, it just seemed like the more I did the thing that felt right by my soul, the more it just came and replaced in multiple. But if I didn't go fix a car because I don't know if I can afford this month, like my starter went out last month, that was a $500 bill. I got that shit handled, okay? But that was like, damn, an extra $500 bill this month for real, right? Got that shit handled. But if I didn't handle that, another thing I've learned is if you don't handle it when it's on your soul that you need to handle it, and you got this, I don't have enough money mentality, I'm not going to be able to replace that mentality, then what happens is, you're absolutely right, but that money is going to go to something else. A ticket, something that breaks that you can't wait for. You're going to end up spending, instead, if I didn't fix the fucking car with the $500, I end up spending the $500 fucking dollars on Ubers and still need to spend $500 to fix the fucking car. So, there's this whole training that happens. But for me, it started with realizing what is true wealth. It's not the money in the bank account. Money in the bank account is energy. Totally respect it. Love utilizing it. Love getting it. Love spending it and circulating it. Love utilizing it. Love having it. Love stacking it. Love growing it. That's fine. But it is just the energy. True wealth is not just measured by the money in the bank account. And if, you're having some challenges with that wealth consciousness, which is what this reading is looking like it's talking about, then it would serve you well should you choose to figure out how else you're wealthy. Whether it's the love of the kids, the creations that you make, the paintings that you design, the way that you could do your own fucking makeup, hair, and nails, whatever it is you do something. You got wealth in you. Honor that, respect it, recognize it as wealth. Every time you start to feel financial lack of health, go back into where is your true wealth. Focus there. More gratitude for that. And then this is another thing that I used to fucking do, and so many of you, I bet you do it too. I had so many quality things around me that I did not freaking pay attention to. I didn't pay attention to, like I got a house full of furniture. I got a closet full of clothes. I got a fridge full of food. Like I got all these muscles and pieces of my body that fucking work. I can move, right? I can sing, I can dance. There's so many ways that you can look and find your wealth. And all that's going to do is get your mind tuned to wealth consciousness, wealth consciousness, wealth consciousness. And I heard Abraham Hicks say, you know, you can sit and count the grains of sand on the ocean and get into wealth consciousness. So I would look and count the fucking not count literally, but look and notice, damn, that's a lot of grass right there. Damn, look at all those ants in that mountain, that little ant hill over there. Woo, it's a lot of leaves on that tree. Anywhere to notice wealth consciousness, abundance, the naturalness of it. Ooh-wee. So now I know how to be grateful for the tiles on the floor, the trash can in the bathroom. And I keep going into this with you guys recently, right? The dirty dishes in the sink, the air in my lungs, oh, my breath. Especially when I've been having this cough, Lord have mercy. All the cards I have, all the connections around the world like you that I have. Wow. The days, I have so many days, I have so many minutes, I have so much. Sheets of paper. Wow, look at all the cards on the table again. Oh, my breath. Oh, all the sheets of paper. Oh, wow, I got plenty of shoes. How many pairs of socks do I have? Wow, so much underwear, so much anywhere. Focusing on the abundance and the wealth. The last card we picked up in the current position was by the book. You got to do it by the book. And the big one leads, the middle one, then the baby comes. But the way they're showing it to me is you got to grow the energy and it gets larger. Grow the energy and it gets larger. What if you start the energy and it's little? And all you can find is, dang, I got a head full of hair. Ooh, I'm so glad I got a head full of hair. You know how many girls just out there buying hair because they ain't got a head full of hair? I'm so glad I got a head full of hair. If you can't find no other way that you're wealthy and abundant and prosperous and blessed, find something. There is something. If you can't find nothing else, you got a breath. If the limbs on your body don't let you move and groove like I do, well, baby, at least you got breath. You got ears. Otherwise, you wouldn't be tuned into this channel right here. I'm just saying, find your wealth. Find what's working. Go into your wealth. Go into your prosperity. Go into your abundance. Become more conscious, more aware. Give more focus to that and watch it grow from there. Because they're saying, instead of showing me daddy, mommy, and baby elephant, they're saying it started so little, starting from the bottom. Now we're here. Yeah, it started so little, but you grow it. You grow it. You grow it. Keep growing it. Because it's now coming back to you. You've been growing it. It's now coming back to you. Don't fucking stop now. Don't stop. Get it, okay? Yeah, you got to keep doing it. You got to be consistent with it. That's another thing. There's so many times where, especially when you're coming from the Five of Pentacles and you're finally pulling out of that to get into your stability, you're going to have a lot of excuses and reasons why it will be so easy for you to slip back into that Five of Pentacles energy. Don't fall for the bullshit. Like, be consistent, baby. And even if you do for a moment fall back into that Five of Pentacles energy, oh shit, I did it again. Hold on, let me get back up on the horse and get going again. You know what I'm saying? So if every day I started this way years ago. Every day while I'm awake, I'm using 100% of my mind, my time to use my mind to focus on something. 100%. Every day of my waking hours. Doesn't matter how many hours it is. I'm using it, my brain, 100% of my waking hours to focus upon some sort of, I'm tuned to a radio station, like we were talking about earlier, to focus on some sort of topic, subject in my life for 100% of the day. So let me tell you where I'm coming from. I might have only been like 10% positively focused in my life on abundance, prosperity, wealth, good things, magic, miracles, and money and blessings. Because I was so used to, I don't have enough. There's no support for me. I'm so alone. I was totally that person. Otherwise, I couldn't talk to you like this from experience. They channel so much from my personal experience for you right now. And so what I started to do when I realized that if I could change my mind, I could change my life. Like I put that, I made a meme that showed that with all the Chanel polishes on my polish rack behind. which were all gifted to me. They were fucking gifted to me. A client kept bringing me a Chanel polish every time they came in. I still have a whole collection of Chanel polishes. Anyways, point is, around that time, 2008, I made the meme. And it says that if you can change your mind, you can change your life. Because that's when I started really doing this shit, right? So I realized 100% of my time I'm thinking. Maybe I got 10% positive thinking. Well, I'm going to raise that. I'm going to raise that. And if today, if I can only just do it 1% more, that's good. If my goal is every day, maybe some days I could do it 10% more, right? But whatever. Every day, I'm going to think a little bit more focus upon abundance, prosperity, positivity. Where's my wealth? Where's my blessing? Where's my magic, miracles, and money today? Where's my blessing? Where's my wealth? Where's my love? Where's my talent? Where's my abundance? Where am I blessed? Magic, miracles, and money today. And just keep raising it, raising it, raising it, raising it, raising it, raising it, a little bit more and more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Right now, honestly, I feel like I couldn't even, they're giving me 92%, 92%, because I'm like, I was starting to say, when I get to stumbling in my words like that, that's because I have what I'm about to say, and then spirit cuts me off and changes it to what they want me to say, and they said 92%. Now it's 92% because I've been building it, and building it, and building it, and building it, and building it for years with consistency. And that doesn't mean that some days I didn't backslide here and there, right? But we're still human. Yeah, that's why there's that 8% there, right? Because we're still human. So we have that moment, but once that moment happens, we climb right back up. We remind ourselves of what our real truth is. Not what they tried to program me to believe the truth was, because they really do try to teach you, like, if you ain't got a Mercedes Benz, then you just ain't got it. If you ain't got a Rolex watch, then you just ain't got it. You know, you made it if you got you a Rover. Get out of here. Like, some people, this is how they base their wealth. And they try to project that onto you. And so if you're trying to build your wealth based off of the standards and the decisions of those who have financial wealth at another level, trying to keep up with the Joneses, you will actually just be reinforcing poverty consciousness because you're trying to keep up with the Joneses. Baby, you need to tap into your wealth. Let that be the most important thing. Little by little, what you find is that wealth consciousness, that abundance consciousness, that prosperity consciousness, that gratitude you having, gonna start bringing more and more and more in all the different forms of wealth, which will include hitting your bank account, your purse strings, you know what I'm saying, your wallet. That's what I've experienced, though. So let's go on to our next position. In the hidden blessing in this, what do we have? And I love that Kia put that in the comments. Rags to riches, as well as being the change you want to see. You have to be the change you want to see, because it's all coming from our self-identity. Okay? So in our hidden blessing, what do we have? The one. Hello. This is the same energy of the self. You are the one. You are the one. It's all coming from the self. The universe this is totally given. The hidden blessing is as you radiating from that place of being what you want to see, of feeling your wealth, like you really feeling yourself. You're feeling yourself. You're feeling yourself. You're feeling yourself. You're feeling yourself. The universe is like, yeah, baby, I feel it. I'm going to send it back to you. I see you. You're feeling wealthy. You're feeling abundant. You're feeling blessed. You're feeling prosperous. Okay, that's in your identity now. That's the hidden blessing. And the universe starts reflecting it back to you. I can't make up the way the cards play together on the images. That deck has so many fucking cards in it. I think this deck got like almost 79 cards or something like that. It's got a lot of cards. And, you know, the two images, I can't pretend the way it plays. Y'all saw I was busy channeling messages while I was shuffling and pulling all three decks of cards. I was not looking at the cards. I'm not making this shit up. It's so fucking real, right? That the universe is reflecting back to you exactly the signal that you're sending out. You're like, I'm tuned to the radio station of abundance and wealth and frequency of satisfaction, abundance, and prosperity. Oh, that. Okay. And then the universe is like, oh, I hear you and I match you. And here it is. Okay. Since that's what you're tuned to, that's what you're going to get. And that's coming out with the King of Swords. I can't make this up. King of Swords, honey, the master of the mind. Influencing. This is a mentalist. Okay. This is somebody whose self-identity, whose ability to think, to focus, this is the master of setting the dial on the radio station, baby. So if the hidden blessing is, if you were thinking about getting a Starbucks coffee, if you was thinking to get a Thai tea, if you were thinking of having a free dinner, like this stuff just be happening. If it ain't happening to you, the evidence of it still shows up for you because somebody else gonna tell you, man, I was at work today, and then, you know, I had a client just bring me a boba. Or I had a client just bring me some Starbucks or a Thai tea. Or, you know, my friend just took the whole family out for dinner. Like, sometimes it's happening directly to you. Sometimes your intention is showing up and blessing the people around you, and then the evidence of that shows up to you as the universe letting you know, like, it's working. It's working. It's like that. Because it's a rapper's delight, baby. If you spit it out, you like the Sugar Hill Gang. You speak it out, you spit it out, and it just takes root in the world. You see it, you focus on it. And this is, the King of Swords is so smart, so skilled, intellectual, intelligent, like strategic as well. King of Swords energy in your hidden blessing set, you know how to focus your mind. You are a mentalist. You know how to deliberately, decisively, and strategically choose your point of focus so it can come back around. And you know that's what's going to happen. Thank you. I love what you just said. So this is what they just told me was this is also when. So this means that when stuff happens and somebody else is like, oh my God, that's so fucked up. I really hate that for you. You'll be like, no, actually, this is a blessing in disguise, and we finna both find out why. But, you know, and even if you don't say it out loud, you know it. It's like anything that happens, you know how to use your mind power, how to use your point of focus, and flip the script on that shit and turn it into your magic, miracles, and money. Your blessings. Right? It's like, oh my gosh, I dropped my coffee today. I spilled another cup of coffee today. Well, I guess I needed to clean the floor. I'm sure there's a good reason why I delayed from doing my live in order to clean the floor and like get all the coffee and the sticky off the floor before I did the live. Maybe it meant somebody else is going to be able to tune in to the live. Stuff like that. What else? Here and now. I promise to love faithfully. This is the energy in your hidden blessing here and now. The universe is with you here and now. And there we go again with it. Again, somebody this is what the main thing you're going to take away. Everything else I said was, you've been knowing that. But the main thing you're going to take away is here and now. This is how I have it here and now. Not I want it. Not I need it. I'll get it. Not it's coming. Not one day. Today, right now, here and now, I have everything I need. I have so much of what I want. Somebody's going to say, I have everything I want. I'm not in alignment with the have everything I want yet. Oh, okay. And that's okay. Because, yeah, I'm an ambitious bitch. Like, seriously. Anyways, point is, here and now. What do I have here and now? I have so much. I have so much more than I ever thought I could. I have so much. I'm channeling so much wealth right now, more than I ever thought I could. Here and now. Not looking at lack, not looking at missing, but looking at what I am doing here and now. This is what you're doing. This is you. I'm channeling you to you. Do you hear it? Can you see it? You know what I'm talking about? I hope you do. The genius that you are knows to pay attention to where you have it here and now, because you're the one, and the universe is circling that back to you. In the challenge position, the challenge is the mirror And look, it's a shard of mirror. It's a piece of a mirror. Then we have full moon energy in it. The challenge being the mirror, it's talking about the reflections out there. And this is the point where we were saying, what you look at out there, all that stuff out there is simply the dump that yesterday's point of focus took. And some of it is, it's a mixed bag. Some of it is stuff that you created before you knew any of this shit. And some of it is the new stuff that you created, because there's no telling how long some of it takes to show up. But the fact of the matter is, all the shit that yesterday's point of focus took, the radio station you were tuned to, the order that you had already placed, it can show up. So the challenge is, don't get caught up in what you see in your physical reality. Again, because if you do that, what happens is people tend to recreate the new order based off of the old order, because they're just still focused on the same thing that they were focused on when they created the old order, because this showed up from the old order that you placed with the universe. And then damn, you keep wondering why you keep getting the same thing, and you say nothing ever changes, and we say it keeps changing moment by moment, but you just keep ordering the same thing in every fucking moment because you keep staring at what was, instead of closing your eyes to what looks like it is, because you understand that it actually was, and you create from what you choose now, here and now, instead of by looking at what was. If it's in your physical reality right now, it's the spiritual focus, it's the energy that was. Everything in your physical reality was spiritual energy, period. Including your physical body. So, you want to create different? You want to see something different? You've got to stop worrying about what's out there. Too many people just can't get off of that. So this is the challenge. Wow, the 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands. And that's what this looks like. Because the 10 of Wands is the end of a struggle, right? It's also right now, it's like the dump. This is the dump that was taken by the last energies. The end of struggle. I mean, and that's a, thank you. That is a challenge too, because it's like, damn, how did money get to be so easy like this? How did abundance and prosperity and fortune and wealth and magic miracles and money get to be so easy like this? Because, you know, they're out there struggling. There's this energy of, if you, the challenge is out there. They're out there struggling. They're having a hard time. They're going through the shit, you know. But you can't focus enough for them. You can't focus on, you can't get sick enough to make a sick person healthy, and you can't get broke enough to make a broke person rich. Wow, I never thought about that. But see, if you're so focused on what they're showing you on their struggle, like that's trying to do that. Like, well, let me get down into the energetic trenches with you and see if I can help lift you up. That's not how it works. If you're going to lift them up, you've got to be high. You're going to have to be in an elevated state. You're going to have to be in an elevated state if you want to lift anybody up. You can't lift anybody up from a lower position. So if you lower yourself because of their struggle, the challenge is to let a motherfucker live in the energy that they're living in, because that's what they chose for themselves. And there's not really anything you can do about it. So some of you, that challenge you're having for wealth is, well, how can I be so wealthy while my sister's out there living homeless? Well, hold on. You're finna find out. I heard you're finna find out. Because I didn't choose to live homeless. I chose to live wealthy. I have priorities financially. Like a place to live, a business, food, at home, cooked, healthy, clean clothes. Just a bunch of stuff. You see the difference in priority. You can't make their priorities. And some people, that's the big challenge, is like, you're elevating at this point so high, and you're aware that you can't change their struggle. You just have to let them go through it. Like they can't, I heard they don't even need to know as you elevate these financial heights that you're flying in. It's not none of their business. And no, you can't take and give to them. It's not for them. Breathe. The struggle is to breathe. Somebody needs to go get their inhaler and take a few puffs. Like I said, the challenge is to be so free while others are so restricted. But why are you so free? Because you chose to raise you turned your dial to freedom. You turned your dial to abundance, to prosperity, to wealthy, to successful, to abundant, to affluent, to, thriving. You turned your dial there. They did not. That's not your problem. And that's the energy I'm seeing. So for some of you, it is, well, for all of you, the big challenge is, there's others. Some of them you really fucking care about. You can't decide where their mind is tuned to. And they're not doing it. And they probably looking at you like, oh, you're ridiculous. You crazy. Yeah, well, remember that when you asked to come to the bank with me too. Oh, when you want to sit at my feast. Remember that I'm ridiculous and I'm crazy. And keep that energy, because I'm going to keep my energy. Oh, that part. Yeah, that part right there. That's a whole part. Okay. In your environment. Let's see what's going on in your environment. Okay. I really hope they ain't talking about who the fuck I would just came through right now. But let's see. Oh, the castle. I love. In your environment, like, you're in a castle. You're in your own castle. This is your environment. Your environment is your castle. You are in your castle. Oh, Lord of mercy. Quit talking about my brother like that. Okay, my brother is Jesus. Okay, quit talking about my brother like that. You got no chances in here to mess around and get fucked up on this channel. I'm just saying, don't come in here talking crazy. The castle. You are in your castle. In your environment is your castle. This is letting me know, like, this wealth, baby, it surrounds you. You're seeing it. Somebody else has all the castle all around them too, but their eyes are closed. They don't even see the beautiful position that they sit in. But you have your castle there. You have the wealth. Look at all those pearls of wisdom you got. Let me see what else coming out with that. Oh, and the throne of power. As I sit in my throne that was gifted to me. I'm just saying, I mean, I adorned it. I decorated it. Isn't it beautiful? But this is my throne. And it was a gift to me. Why? Because God said so. God put it on somebody's heart to give it to me. That's part of the problem that we have to see too. Oh, no, you don't have to do that. That's too much. I can't accept that. Yes, the fuck you can. God put it on somebody's heart to gift you something. You better say yes, please, and thank you. You better say yes, please, and thank you. One more time for emphasis. Yes, please, and thank you. Yes, please, and thank you. Oh, that part. Okay. Two of Swords. And there it is. Like I said, there's somebody around you, and you could see where their life is so blessed. Like you could see, oh, thank you. Like my sister who's perpetually homeless. She has found so many good Samaritans to help her, to support her, to give her this, to give her that. Aside from every fucking thing I ever did for her. Can she see it? Hell no. She don't see none of it. Every time I gave her access to my home, my life, my cars, my phone, my kitchen, the grocery store, the clothes store, all the shit I gave her access to, she could never fucking see it. As a gift, as a wealth, as a blessing, as abundance, as thriving. And it got worse. It kept getting worse. I don't even know what the fuck is going on with her right now. I really don't. Love her, but I don't know what the fuck is going on with her right now. What I do know that has gone on with her is, aside from me, she always would bump into somebody that wanted to bless her because they took pity on her. They felt sorry for her. I know that most recently we had a family member overseas. This heifer managed to fly out overseas And do you know all his rule was stay the fuck out of my kitchen because you don't clean it right. I will do all the cooking. We will eat as a family. Could not respect that motherfucking rule. Wow, are you fucking kidding me? And left disrespectfully. Cannot, some people, you can hand them every fucking thing. Hand them a job, hand them a house, buy them a wardrobe, get them a phone, get them a car. Like, I've done this. That's why I know this shit don't fucking work. If they're tuned to poverty and broke mentality, there ain't a motherfucking amount of money you could give them that will change their life, because they will blow that shit right quick in a hurry and end up with nothing. And then try to steal your car and take it to a whole nother state because they want to go back to their abusive baby daddy. Get the fuck out of here. That's my car, bitch. You better take your shit up out of my car. You ain't taking it nowhere. The police will not let you get away with my car. What do you think? I'll let you drive my car because you are living here type of shit. Right? Some people will have everything handed to them on a silver fucking platter, and their eyes will be closed. They will not understand that they are surrounded in wealth, luxury, and opulence. They will not see the opportunity that they sit in. And then what happens? They'll be blocked. This is not PG-13. This is fucking grown folks talk. It's literally marked grown folks talk. So get the fuck out. Click off. You don't fucking like what we talking about? Click the fuck off. It's that simple. You see how that works? Somebody got clicked the fuck off because they couldn't see the wealth, the abundance, the prosperity, the blessing in their life. They clicked themselves off of it. They got disqualified from commenting. They got disqualified from participating in your experience because they were trying to bring this hateful energy. Like, shut the fuck up. I'm blessing your life. And you think you're going to try to tell us what time it is. And you don't even see what we're giving you. Get the fuck out. That's the vibe. There's somebody here who literally has gotten that over and over again, right? Because they did not get it. And now they literally can't see it. They're caught up. And notice how it's crows. They have this person tied up. It's truths. It's truths that they don't want to see. Empowered energy. They can't make it out. They don't speak this language of the gods and the goddesses. And that's okay. Where they're at is perfect. It just doesn't, it's not on your radio frequency. They're on a whole nother fucking channel, baby. They better go on my way to Sesame Street. Hold on. They better go back to Sesame Street. Because this is grown folk talks around here. You want baby kitty talk? They need to go to baby kitty talk. That's where they trying to go. Act like children. Act like children. I just need you to take care of me. Can you help me? I just need your help. That's children talk. Grown folks handle their business. Grown folks can take care of children, but most grown folks take care of their own children. You ain't my child. Get the fuck out. Soulmates in your environment. But you're supposed to have my backbone. The fact of the matter is you are a soulmate with this person, and this person is a soulmate with you. Why? Because they're there to cause your soul to grow, just like you were there to do with them. But some of them didn't take advantage of that opportunity. Like I said, they did not see the wealth that they had sitting right in front of them. They tried to disrespect it. They could not recognize it. They did not make best use of it and of their privileges, of their freedoms. And so then what? Their freedom is removed. The privilege is removed. You just lost your privileges. You've got mail. Well, interesting how they would, they couldn't see the love. There's in your environment, you have ones. They could not see the love. That you were each other's soulmates. Get off of the idea that soulmates is your forever person. Soulmates are there as a mate to help with your soul's growth and evolution. And as you looked at this one who would not see the privilege that they were sitting in, it taught you something you needed to see so that you would learn how to appreciate the privilege that you're sitting in, how to respect it, how to honor it, and not to waste it. In the guidance position, let's see what we have. The stone, stand in your position. The stone, don't flex, don't adjust. In other words, you need to stand in your position, baby, because what is your position? You got stability. You've been doing this consistently. You've grown this energy. So you're in this energy of growth, consistency, and stability. Stand in your position. Keep growing it. Keep being consistent with it. And anywhere where they couldn't see your value and the privilege of the participation in your experience, don't fucking change your mind. Going back to the past, there's a reason it's in your past. If you want to go back to the energy you're worth, fine. Go back to your past. But honey, if you do that, you'll be going against every guidance from your soul, from spirit, from this message right here. Stand in your position. Immovable. I heard immovable. What up? That 9 of Cups. Lord of mercy. Lord of mercy. Thank you. Thank you. 9 of Cups. Stay in your wish fulfillment energy. Stay in your, I get everything I want. If I wanted it, I got it. Dripping like water. Hello. I have everything I wanted to do everything I enjoyed. I had everything I needed. Notice the past tense. Needed. Wanted to do everything I wanted. Wanting and needing? No. Wanted, needed. I have everything I needed to do everything I wanted. I don't want no more. I don't need no more. I have it. And I get it every day. I heard every day I get it. Every day I walk in opulence. Every day I see my castle. Every day I see my wealth. Every day I see my health. Every day I see my prosperity. Every day I see my abundance. Every day I see how my wishes are being fulfilled. They said that's the energy that's real. That's what you want to continue to build from. Okay, let me see what else. To be fair, card number 38. So there is balance in this. Okay, there is balance in this because the universe is, to be fair, this is the way the law works. This is the way the universal law works. This is the way the universal law works. It works the same as it does for you as it does for everybody else. Everybody ain't feeding into the matrix, feeding into the program what you are. Hey, but how fair would it be for you to give up this position of abundance, affluence, and prosperity that you built because somebody else decided to build lack and limitation and consternation and frustration and irritation? No, that's what you built. Well, I'm supposed to get in there. I'm not supposed to get in there. I'm supposed to stay right here, what I built. Like I'm building my own castle and it's looking fabulous around here. We got AC, we got a heater, we got running water, we got electricity, beautiful floors, filled up drawers, okay, cabinets, all kinds of stuff. The fridge filled, everything works around here. We threw out all the broke joke stuff. Everything here is fully functioning. Most of it is brand new. Okay, that too. It's beautiful. It's not just functional, but it's beautiful on top of it all. So that's the energy. This is what you're building up. To be fair, like you deserve to be fair to yourself. Again, going back to the channel message it was given from the TikTok when they asked me to step away, handle some business, and come and let y'all listen to that. They were talking about in that message, like, hey, you want all the best for everybody else. But at what point do you realize like you deserve the best for yourself? It's okay for you. It's okay for you to receive. It's okay for you to be abundant, blessed, prosperous. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Where did you get this idea that because everybody else is broken, ain't got it now, you can't have wealth? You know what I'm saying? You got to be broken, not have it too, because nobody else want to get it. Where did it become so important that they stick around you, and so you can't have too much because then they're going to turn into your enemy and they're not going to love you. And then they're only going to want you for your money. So, fuck it. I just won't have none. Where the fuck did you get those ideas from? Yeah, and anything... And if you'd like to uncreate and destroy that, and anything that allows that on all time, space, and dimension, give me your yes, yes. Ooh, yeah. Done. Okay? On all time, space, and dimension. Let's go into our outcome energy. What do we have for you today? The King of And again, I'm loving the way these cards are freaking working together, because this is the foundation. You started with yourself. You turned yourself into the king. In between these two, we had the universe saying, oh yeah, okay, we got your message. We got your message. We reflect it back to you. Look at the alignment in these cards, baby. So let them tell you you're ridiculous. Let them try to tell you that you're doing too much, you're acting too grown, you're too big for your britches. Let them tell you whatever the fuck they want to. Block out anything that would try to come against you, attack you, or distract you. If they're not ready to step up into king energy and get it in their hand instead of only hold it in their head, that's fine. Let them stay where they're at. You be who and what you are. They gonna get mad. Oh, well, thank you for that energy. I'm gonna transmute it into something beautiful. Right? The wild unknown alchemy cards are showing you in a beautiful way an alignment of energy that you started. You started it. The universe reflects it back to you. And on that journey, you had to silence a few. You gave them a timeout. You let them know, hey, you know, if you keep this up, you won't have the freedom to participate no more. And then what happened? Oh, you lost touch with a few. Oh, that's okay. Because you know what? They did it again, too. And so what do? You block that shit and you keep on moving on purpose, on plan. Because the universe is reflecting back to you. And if you accept that bullshit, from the ones that can't see it, you tell the universe that that's okay, you'll accept that. And no, we won't. We don't accept that around here. Oh, that part. Yeah, that whole part. That's a whole part right there. Not a partial part. That's the whole part. Like, that is the root and the gist of it all. And that's funny because the universe reflected back, oh no, she ain't gonna accept this bullshit right here. We can't send her this bullshit right here because she will block that shit. Every time we try to send her somebody to talk shit and distract her and tell her what the fuck she need to do, she sends that shit back. Return to sender. So fast. Don't send her that shit. She ain't gonna take it. If it doesn't match herself, all this rainbow color, radiant coming from her heart, that's the only thing she's gonna accept. Oh, that part. The universe even knows you ain't playing no games. I will cut you off forever. And then you won't get to participate no more. Now what you looking like? Because I know you're still listening. I know you're still watching to see what I did now, to see what I'm going to say next. How many more curse words will I throw out for the grown folks and for the people in the back? I'm just saying. Everybody can't handle that. But, you know, that's okay. We're not here to please all these people out here. They don't even fucking know how to please themselves. So why in the fuck do we need to dumb ourselves down, minimize ourselves, diminish ourselves in order to fucking make them happy? Bitch, you can't make yourself happy. What the fuck you think I'm gonna make you happy for? Get the fuck out. Who the fuck do you think you running around here? This is my life. And I'm living my best life. I ain't going back and forth with you bitches. That part. Grown folks only. This is not a child's channel. This is grown folks talk. Love you. Love you. But real, recognize real. And if you can't handle my real, then click off. It's really fucking simple. That's the energy because you're the boss. You're the king. You're the king in this. This is where you becoming. You are the king. This is your becoming. This is your evolution. This is your, for some of you, you already all up in this energy, which means you the boss that paid the cost. And anybody who can't see it could get the fuck lost. That part. They could lay down or get put down. One of the motherfucking two. Lay down and show your respect. Kneel, bitch. Or get the fuck lost. Guards. Because that's all you got to do. You ain't even always even got to say the word guards. You could just look over at your guard. And they will haul that motherfucker right out of your presence. That quick and easy. You got to respect your position though. Can't let nobody put you in check. And you're not doing anything to hurt nobody. You wouldn't be granted this king position. See, if you come out here with the fucked up intention to screw somebody over, to try to take them off their path, to try to manipulate, cheat, steal, all that energy is coming back to you. The only reason you could get put on the throne in your king state is if the energy you're putting out comes back to you and it's still fucking beautiful because you never sent out anything ugly. God don't like ugly. So you ain't going in nobody's houses and causing stress and frustration and all that shit. God don't like ugly, which means God ain't gonna sit down at the table with their ass and don't want you to sit down at the table with their ass. If they bringing you ugly bullshit, they better go find somebody else's table to sit at. Because there's a whole bunch of ugly out there. Y'all just go hang out with each other because it's beautiful around here. Facts. It's beautiful around here. Not everybody gets invited to the castle. And if they come in this castle and they disrespect, they gonna get block forever. No more participation. No more conversation. It's like that. And that's okay. And is that what has fucked some of you up? Kept you stuck? Well, you know, if I really make this multi-millionaire reality my reality, I'm not going to be able to hang out with my sister no more because all she ever do is take advantage, lie, steal. I couldn't even have her over. Oh, fucking well. Bye, sis. Love you. No thieves allowed up in here. Love you, but if you gonna come in here and disrespect the castle, you don't get access to the castle. Hello? No. See, some people will be on your permanent guest list. Some people will be on your permanent guest list. Shit, my brother could get keys to my house and my business, and I would never worried about it because he's a upright. He got an energy like mine. Like I give him fucking key to the business. No, not a problem at all. Go ahead, brother. You need to go. What? I don't know what you need to go there for because you got your own shit. You got your own castle. But I'm just saying. But some people, not only do they not get keys, but they don't get no access. No, you can't come visit. Not even on open hours and business hours and all that shit. You got this position because the energy you brought to the table. Anything you ever intended or did to another person, you said, yeah, if somebody did this to me, I'd be okay with that. There's that whole thing. That's how you gauge if you're acting in love, peace, and happiness. If you're working from principles that serve your best interest or if you're acting fucking evil. See, because let me tell you, even if I really did some fucked up shit or if my mind wasn't right, I only keep people around me that can handle telling me the truth and put me in check if I need to be. It doesn't happen. It's very few and far in between. Usually if I got a reason to do some shit, they be like, yeah, I agree with you. I did the same shit. Oh, okay. But the fact of the matter is you ain't out here putting out no fucked up energy. Anything you do to anyone else, you do it because you don't mind that coming back to you. Harvey's about to be a wall banger forever. Guess what? We get to block another person forever. Removed from the conversation. You ain't lied. Mystical Gangster seen it. First off, sir, you ain't got a kitty. So if you ain't got a kitty, I don't want nothing from you. There's that. So yeah, you would not, if you give it to somebody, that's because you're willing to receive it back. That's the energy you work. Where other people, the shit that they do or that they tried to do to you, they wouldn't want that done to them. And that's where they're fucking themselves over. That's where they screw it up. Thank you for your energy contributions, though. Thank you for giving us your energy, though. We'll take that. Thank you for showing up and throwing some more energy to our show. Because we just going to keep showing up anyways. That part. What else? Outcome energy. You the king? Oh, but look at this. 5 of Wands. Oh, boy, but baby, they're going to be struggling. Once you got this position, you're still going to have to maintain it. What you thought you were going to get into your position and now all of a sudden everything was just going to be peaches and roses and cherries and blossoms? With whipped cream on top? No, they still going to want you. That's why you had to build this spiritual muscle and hit the spiritual gym with all the BS that came your way before. Because, honey, when you're in the position of the king, you got a whole lot they're going to try to manipulate you for. They got a whole lot they're going to try to make you feel bad. They're going to be fighting to try to climb those walls and barriers that you put in place. Like the Harvey wall banger. Banging his head up against a digital wall right now. Like, bitch, I can't talk no more shit to you. No, the fuck you can't. Never again. Just like that other Ivan the Terrible. Got to go. Come on, give it to me some more. Yeah, keep banging your head up against the wall. You know what I'm saying? Energetic digital walls. But these people, they trying to get into your life. As you put in king status, you got the castle. They don't get access. What the fuck? I want to get in there. I want to get in there. Oh my God, literally. Wow. They're just reminding me of a prophetic dream. Wow, it's time for that dream now. They're saying it's time for that dream to come to reality now. And that's literally what the dream was. I had a castle. And it was gorgeous. I'm telling you, it was gorgeous. The backyard was like a beautiful wildlife jungle with a pond in it, and there was fishes around. It was just gorgeous. And what was happening in the dream? My sister was trying to break into my castle, but she could not. She could not. Anywhere where there was an unlocked door or an unlocked window, I ran up and locked that shit before she could even get to it. By the time she had got to the doors or the windows, I had already locked them. Me and mine were safe inside of the castle in this prophetic dream. I had this dream years ago, and they wanted me to tell you about it. This is the energy. When you're in the position of the king, no digressing back into past energies. No reestablishing or restarting past connections. If the motherfuckers got blocked, leave them on block. If they already showed you who they were, now that you have more, why do you think that they're going to have improved? And if they have improved, that's great. They still don't have access to you. That's great for them. We don't want them to stay the same. It doesn't matter what we want for them, though. And if they did improve, that's fine. You know what? Getting blocked from you is part of the reason why they did improve. When they got shut the fuck down for trying to come around and bring some stupid shit to your plate, to your castle, to your throne, that's what helped them figure out that they need to leave that type of behavior alone. And so if they did improve their lot in life, it had a lot to do with the mirror that you held up to them. Yeah. Let's see what we have right here. Orphans. Orphans energy. Like I said, what a freaking confirmation this is. It's card number 5. Honey, first off, you were in that energy before. You were the one that was alone. You were the one that was left out in the cold, that nobody supported, that nobody was here to help you, blah, 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 blah. But you brought yourself through. And you moved through the ranks, and you elevated and elevated and elevated until you came into the position of the king, because you saw it and you felt it and you radiated it and you generated it from yourself. Anybody that would fight you, anybody that would like to distract you or throw you off your path, they're going to find themselves lack and wanting, needing. Because, the love and the blessing and the appreciation and everything that they got from you, oh, they want it. The energy of being in your ambiance, in your castle. Oh, my God, it's so fun to come to your castle. Why are they showing me the scenes from Richie Rich, the old school movie from when my daughter was a kid? And, the boy in his house was so filled with technological toys and other kinds of toys. And the kid had every fucking thing. And, that's the vibe. His friends loved to come hang out at his house because he had everything. This is you. They love to come hang out at your house because you got everything. Why do you have everything and I have nothing? Is the energy and the outcome. And that's how the fuck they gonna feel. Is that your fault? I mean, the part about you having everything? Absolutely. The part about them not being there? Yeah, absolutely, that's your fault too. But only in response to what the fuck energy they brought to you. Like, they brought you this energy. See, whether I show up as a queen, an empress, a princess, or a royal fucking bitch to you has everything to do with what you giving me to work with. See, people will love. They will love. They love it. They love it to tell you how mean you are. How you said, I really didn't like it when you told me that fuck you, fuck this, and fuck that. I literally told somebody, fuck you, fuck this, and fuck that. Get the fuck out. I told somebody that. You know why? Because I had realization from what they were doing and their responses to me and the way they were treating me. That showed me in that moment, you ain't my lover and you sure as fuck ain't even my friend. My friends will never do that shit to me. I see you. I don't know what the fuck you think you're doing here, but clearly you don't love me. Clearly you're not my friend. So fuck you, fuck this, and fuck that. Get the fuck out. I really didn't like it when you told me that. Oh, well, you know what? I really didn't like it when you did something that made me want to tell you that. Oh, did you forget what preceded my telling you that? Oh. And sometimes you didn't even do it that way. Because like with my sister, when she would call me every bitch in the book, I'm like, I love you. I love you. I love you. One day you're going to figure out that I love you. Meanwhile, you fucking bitch, I'll kill you, blah, blah, blah. So you got to gauge the situation, but I'm seeing it in both ways. In both ways. I'm seeing it where sometimes you got to talk to them. You got to talk to them in the language that they understand the best. And sometimes you got to talk to them in the language that's going to have the most impact. Because if you speak to them in their language, they won't be hearing you. So you're going to have to gauge the conversation. But that's what I see. You're coming into this protected station, this position of empowerment, a regal position, divinely ordained, divinely supported, because you learned how to protect the kingdom. That's why you've been given the keys to the kingdom. Because, see, people think, you know, to be a godly or a good person or whatever, you just let anybody do whatever the fuck they want to you and they get away with it. No. Not at all. Not at all. As a matter of fact, you can't hold a position of authority if you don't know how to use that motherfucking authority. But you have paid the cost to be the boss. You went through this whole training process to learn how to wield the authority in a divine way, to let people have their say when it makes sense. And once they step out of line, to put them motherfuckers in check, give them that big block energy, and let them be the Harvey Wallbanger and Ivan the Terrible that keep hitting that digital brick wall. Not allowed to be a part of the conversation anymore at all. I mean, there's that. What an intense message we have for you today. I love it. So thankful and grateful for your beautiful presence. I'm going to send you out with a little bit of these bowls. Let's see what we have. This is what we have for you. Until next time, sending you so much love and peace and happiness. Kamsahamnida. Gracias. Later, baby. That's all, folks.